Hey everyone, this is the Jade Marrisa podcast and this is episode 27. I'm talking to you from Thailand about the good, bad and ugly in pop culture and sports in and around Thailand. So today's guest has an extensive and impressive career in and outside of Muay Thai. He has been a professional fighter on the Contender Asia, a fighter coach, manager of the MMA team at Elite Fight Club, founder of Rumble in the Club promotion, also a book author and many more. Here is Zidov Azuma.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me.
I know you have a lot of experience and I've not said everything. So, throughout this podcast, if I'm missing anything out, you just let me know.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from originally?
I'm original from Slovenia, Croatia mix, but raised in Switzerland.
Oh, wow.
So I grew up most of the time in Switzerland. I'm born in Switzerland. I have Switzerland passport. I have Slovenian passport. I went there to school. Everything started actually there, yeah.
And so you speak how many languages?
Perfectly 5 to 6.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, Slovenian and Croatian are similar languages, but the Croatian don't understand the Slovenian people, and the Slovenian people understand the Croatian when they talk.
So that's kind of like Thai and Isan, maybe
exactly,
a little bit like that, right?
Exactly, you can say it like that. And then German, because in Switzerland, right?
Yeah.
I was living in Zurich in the German part of Switzerland. Then you learn French there because you have to, and I lost that a little bit because I don't practice anymore.
Right.
English.
Yeah. You learned English whilst you were there?
No, I learned English in Thailand.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I learned English in Thailand, and I learned Thai in Thailand, of course.
Oh, you speak Thai?
I do understand. We say 60%, 70%.
That's good.
If I have to, I can.
Yeah. When you're drunk, you can speak Thai really good.
Then no problem. Then I speak the best Thai ever.
Right. So let's start off with your fighting career.
Yeah.
So how did it start? How did you get into Muay Thai first, or different martial arts, or when?
I started Muay Thai very late. I was first a soccer player.
Oh.
And I was really good, but with 16, my mind was in another place. Other things I looking to do, like party, drugs, friends, and not really into training anymore.
Yeah.
And then at one point, I fell down in my life, like really deep. I was in the deep of my life. And at that time, I was looking for something to get my fighting skills better, because I love to fight in the street. We had in the club fights and everything, like really bad. And I get my skills trained. And I went to this fighting shop in Zurich and asked where could I go have a look into it. And they sent me to this kickboxing school in Zurich. And when I went there in the first class, and I thought that was so gay.
What? Why?
I don't know, because I don't know if it was the class, the teacher at that day, but I was thinking, what the fuck are they doing here? Like, God damn it, that's not what I look for.
And that was just kickboxing. It wasn't a martial art.
It was just kickboxing.
So that shouldn't be like.
Maybe it was me at that moment, but it was just really weird for me, and I didn't like it at all. And I went back to the shop and I say, hey, I want something really fight, like. A little bit harder. And he said, okay, go here to this Muay Thai club. They are full contact. You're going to like that. And yeah, I went there, and first class, I loved it. And I fell in love with Muay Thai. They pushed me in the first class, like in a good way. They teach me. I was like feeling like at home from the first day.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. So Muay Thai.
That's,
I'm surprised. So the kickboxing, maybe it was, everyone lined up and they were like, okay, 1, 2, and everyone followed.
Yeah. So it was exactly like that. You lined up with everyone and it's like left punch and like go back, left punch and go back. And you do this for 30 minutes. And I was like, okay, so are we going to kick or are we going to do something else as well? And in Muay Thai, it was just everything. I learned elbow in the first class.
Oh, nice.
How to use them, how to hold my hands and everything. And I was like, that's amazing.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
So it's near your hometown back then.
Yeah.
And how old were you?
22.
22. So yeah, a bit late, but not too bad.
Not too bad.
Yeah. So you said earlier, like you went down a deep hole. Like what were you doing?
I was a criminal.
Oh, right.
So I didn't like to work.
Okay.
Like my school partners at the time or people I knew, they had all work.
Right.
And I just didn't like that. And
so you're in like a gang, basically.
Like in a gang, and we tried to keep us alive. Like we was not street kids, but we hang out on the streets all day, all night.
I mean, a lot of kids in Europe do that.
Yeah, but they're going home at one point. At latest, when the last train or something is going to home, they're going home, and we was not. We just hang out on the streets.
Wow. And what about your parents?
Of course, my parents didn't like that.
Yeah.
But they couldn't do nothing because I was just my own head.
And this was like after you finished school already, like...
They kicked me out of school, so I didn't even finish really my school at that time. I finished my school then a little bit later on.
Yeah.
So at least I finished my school.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That's why you have like a lot of street smart and you think fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you do. You learn a lot from the street as well.
You do. I think
you develop your skills in like things that you really want to develop your skills in.
I think you learn more from the streets than you learn in school. Of course, school is, you need to be educated, you need to learn, you need to know grammatic and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. But street school is something very important.
You do. You learn a lot more hustle, for sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
About real life.
I'm sure. Yeah. Wow. So then... It's because you were fighting in the gangs, you wanted to develop your fighting skill.
Yeah, I just want to get better.
Right. But then when you got into your Muay Thai gym and you found a passion for that, is that when you thought, okay, maybe I can make this into a career?
Not at the beginning, but then when I get arrested and I go to jail and I got sentenced to jail and everything.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I had to think about, okay, what am I going to do now? It's like I'm on the edge.
Yeah.
For a long sentence, very long sentence, or change my life to something good.
Yeah.
But in Switzerland, I was on the blacklist already. Everybody was just waiting for me to do some mistake to book me in, you know.
Right.
And at that point, I just saw the way, you know what? I've been in Thailand before for a holiday for a little bit of training. And I loved it so much. I'm going to Thailand. I'm going to become a professional fighter.
Wow, that's what changed your life. What a transition. That's awesome. So when was the first time you went to Thailand for your vacation?
That was maybe with 23. Just
2003? When you were 23.
Yeah,
wow,
23.
Just a year after.
Yeah.
Wow, so you're really into it.
Yeah.
So that like pretty much sparked a light.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So then you came to Thailand around when?
24.
Wow, just a year.
I moved I was fast. I was like
no waiting around.
2 months holiday here, a little bit training.
Yeah.
So I extended the 2 months to 4 months. Then I went back. I stayed a few months, and I come back for 2 or 3 months, and then I moved, and all this happens.
Right.
And I said, okay, that's it. I need to leave this place.
It's so good that you found a light. And I'm sure a lot of your friends back then, maybe they didn't.
Everybody.
Yeah.
My dad, my mom, my parents, like my family, everybody was laughing at me like, professional Muay Thai fighter? You are too old for that stuff. And do you look these people in TV, how they are? They are ripped. They are beasts. They're going to kill you. What you dreaming? Come on down. Stay here. Yeah.
But then again, you said like you're a free thinker, so you just did whatever you want to do.
Exactly.
Which is a great decision.
Yeah.
Wow.
One of my best decisions in my life.
So you came to Thailand, and then where did you go?
I went to Ubon.
Oh, really?
Ubon Ratchathani.
Isan, the north of Thailand, northeast of Thailand.
Northeast of Thailand. I started my Muay Thai career actually at Legacy Gym from Ole Larsen.
Wow.
He was back in the days a famous fighter in K1, fought Buakau.
And he had a gym up there?
He had a gym up there with his wife.
Wow.
And yeah, I started my career there till I get called into the Contender.
Wow. So that was straight after that?
Yeah, it was...
No waiting around at all.
I mean, I fought John Potter when I had 17 fights.
Wow.
You know, and he was 10 kilo heavier than me to that time as well, so...
Damn. I like it.
Yeah.
And like before the podcast, we were just talking about like how we get nervous before a fight, but you're just pretty much thrown into everything, it seems.
Yeah, but still, you know, I got nervous. I mean, every fight you get nervous. It's just what it is.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you decided to just move to Thailand, become a professional fighter. You were at Ubon at Legacy Gym.
Yeah.
How was the training there?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Fresh air, no distraction. There was a lake just next to the gym where we run every morning, one round around the lake, kicking pads. Great trainers, great ambient.
And now the gym's not there anymore?
It's there, but I don't know if it still runs like before.
Right.
But it's still there, yeah.
Okay. So how long were you there until you actually went on the Contender?
I'm not sure. I think a few months.
Only
6 months or something like that.
Did you get a few fights in before that?
I got a few fights in. I got a few tough Isan fights in where I fought like quite high names there. Before I came luckily to the Contender.
Yeah. So tell us about that.
Okay, they choose all the fighters already. Few fighters were in Singapore already, like Arslan Magomedov. He was supposed to be there. He broke his arm just 2 days before the show started. So they called Ole Larsen.
In training?
In training. So they called Ole Larsen, hey, can you replace this guy?
Right.
And Ole had broken foot because of his fight with Andy Sauer at K1 Max in Japan. And he like, no, I can't, you know. And Stefan was calling him, right?
Yeah.
He said, oh, we start after tomorrow with the filming. We need one guy.
Wow.
And Ole looked at me like, Stefan, I have maybe someone for you. And he's like, oh yeah, where, who, huh? Like, yeah, he's out of jail. And I'm like, man.
Fresh out of jail, you know?
Why you say that, you know? Like, man, come on, don't do that. And like, yeah, he's full of tattoos. And only what I hear from Stefan send me his profile. And 4 hours later, I was on the airplane on the way to fucking Singapore.
Man, that's madness.
Yeah, so I was on the way to Singapore and I had this list who is all in. And I see, okay, Yotan Klai, John Wayne Parr, Bruce McPhee, Jabbar, and all the top names, you know, all world champions, hundreds of fights. And here come Zidov Azuma.
And then all the fighters are like, who's this guy?
Hey, I came to the lobby, they was looking at me like, who is that guy?
Yeah.
But I liked it, you know?
Because they didn't know anything about you. They couldn't study you.
Nothing. And I see at some faces a little bit afraidness.
Yeah.
Not scared, but just like, oh, who is that?
Mm-hmm. Because I guess like famous fighters, you already know what their style is like. Yeah. But you, not knowing they don't know what to expect.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, it was fun.
So how was it there in the Contender?
I loved it.
Yeah?
I loved every minute of it because for me it was a completely new experience.
And did you feel like you were constantly having to prove yourself to the other fighters?
No, because I don't have nothing to lose.
Right.
They have to lose. If they lose against me, they are like, you know, and I'm in the spotlight. And I won my first fight against Zach, a little bit lucky. But I won. Yeah. And I went to the next round and I've been under the best six fighters with Yod as winner, John Wayne second, Jabbar third.
It's crazy.
So, and I come from nowhere and I end up sixth place. So.
And like, weren't they looking for a specific weight category? Or?
Yeah, the weight was 73.5. So the most people, they was walking around 78.
Wow.
And I came with 68.
Oh my God.
So they feed me. They're like, hey, whatever you want to eat, just tell us, we're going to bring you.
Wow. Yeah. You're like steak, just everyday steak.
And McDonald's.
No.
Yeah, I did a lot of McDonald's.
No way. That's so funny.
Yeah.
So like, did you get along with the fighters whilst you were there in the camp?
Yeah, I got along with them. I mean, I'm easygoing.
But like, you know, you're living together and training together, but then you have to fight each other in the end, right? So is there a bit of a weird dynamic around that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, for me, that was a completely new experience, right? I live with people together, I start to like them, and then I have to punch them in the face, you know? Like, I think Contender made me professional.
Yes.
afterwards, you know.
That's very true.
I could be friend with you, but if
Yeah.
I have to fight you, I'm gonna rip your head off.
Yeah.
You know.
Especially coming from like a gang background.
Yeah. You know. So this is why I also like Masvidal and Diaz. This is why I can relate to them, because we're coming a little bit from the same background, you know. So street boys, street fights.
No, it's true. Yeah, being a professional fighter, you really have to learn to just respect the person
Yeah.
as a fighter.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sure that taught you a lot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Amazing. Yeah.
And then so you fought against Muaythai.
Yeah, that was my second fight in the show.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I won my first fight against Zach, the local boy from Singapore. We had around the same fights. We was the less
Yeah.
in the competition. And yeah, my next fight was
Muaythai.
no one else than John Muaythai.
So tell us how was the fight?
The fight was, I mean, first when I see John Muaythai fighting Rafiq, I was like, oh wow, he's just a human. He bleeds.
Yeah.
He's not super.
I mean, he's been cut a lot.
Yeah,
He's
you
been
know.
cut a lot. Yeah.
And I start to get a little bit brave. You understand? I was not scared anymore, and I was like, okay, let's bring it on. You know, and of course he was better. He's just more experienced.
I mean, and he's also John Muaythai, so you know.
He's John Muaythai. He was heavier, and I think I made a good fight. I could get better, but I'm happy with the outcome. I'm happy with the whole show and how I grow after the show and everything, and how I grow as a human.
Yeah.
As well, and that's for me more important than winning any belt, because
that experience is just something that you take so much away from.
Exactly. And even if I have interviews before and after that, the contender, I was like the most popular in the house.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to have interviews and everything. And I always say, look, I'm not here to be world champion. I don't want to say I want to be world champion. I'm here for the violence and money. You know? That was my first thing, you know? But now I learning the culture, I learning everything around Muay Thai.
Right.
Now it's a different story, you know? So on the beginning, I was just here for the violence and get paid for that, you know? Like, come on.
Get fight and get paid. Why not? Yeah.
You know? But now I seeing the culture behind, I seeing the honor behind, the respect behind, and now
It's completely changed your life.
Exactly.
Wow. That's so cool. So like, how did things change after the contender?
That was crazy.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, in Singapore, I was really seen everywhere. Like, people want to do pictures when I was in Singapore on the streets. I had a lot of haters.
Of course, but then everybody does.
Especially me, because I was the less in the show, and
the dark horse.
Why is this guy? Why I'm not the inside? And this, I will knock him out. And promoters try to bring me to their events to fight their guys, so I get knocked out and all kind. Yeah,
that's a good thing though, because you just get to fight and get money, right?
Look, I have 149 fights.
Wow.
I lost maybe 45 of them. That's a lot. So I mean, I lost every third fight, something like that, you know.
But still, over 100 fights. That's crazy. And also, you started late and your career was shorter.
I didn't care about my record.
Yeah.
You know, I fought Baxter Humby in America. He has one arm. Nobody wanted to fight him. They called me up and say, Zidov, you want to fight him? I say, listen, I will explain to you like that. If I go into this fight, I will get out of this fight only as a loser.
Yeah, that's true.
Pay me the right amount of money and I come. So they call me back on the next day and they say, okay, we pay you the right amount of money. So I was there. And he spinning kicked me in the stomach in the second round and he TKO'd me. And I was like, hated myself for maybe 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
Right? Because I lost against one with one arm.
Yeah.
But then I got messages from people like, hey, this guy is world champion. He's like really top, this, that. And I like, yeah, whatever.
I've actually seen a couple other fighters who only have like one arm, and they're actually really, really good. They train like crazy, and like, yeah, they do a lot of this spinning stuff, but like they're so good at it for some reason.
And they are in a plus because they are used to fight people like normal, right? With 2 hands, 2 arms, everything. When you stand in front of someone who has only one hand and wants to fight with you, it confuses your brain so badly. Really, I was confused all fight from
You're
the
like,
first.
oh shit, if I hurt him, oh no.
And how I say, you go out of this fight as a loser. John Par fought this guy and knocked him out in round 3.
Right.
And people start to talk shit, right? So he was supposed to rematch John Par. John Par pulled out, and there where I came in.
Wow.
You know? So I say, okay, I'm going to America. I'm going to have some good time in America. I get paid well. I'm going to have a good fight.
Yeah.
And people are going to talk shit anyway, so why not?
Yeah, it's an opportunity.
Yeah.
Just take it.
Yeah.
Is it filming? It's going? Okay. All right. So that happened. Any other fights, like memorable, crazy fights?
Oh, there was few. I mean, I fought in Cambodia. Everybody who fought in Cambodia know that these are crazy fights, right?
And you don't get matched up properly.
Yeah. They don't want you to win that.
No,
that's it.
No.
But I was living in Thailand and I fought around the world.
Mm-hmm.
In any place I went, they don't want me to win because I found the hometown boy most of the time.
But then they bring you to do that. But yeah, of course they're trying to feed you to the fight.
Exactly. I mean, it is how it is. It's a business, but for me it was fun.
So you're fighting Muay Thai and kickboxing, or just
no?
Muay Thai?
Mainly Muay Thai. I had 7 boxing fights, professional, and 4 MMA fights. So I fought MMA before all this hype about MMA came up 10 years ago.
Where?
Art of War in China.
Whoa.
Yeah, no rules.
What's no rules?
Stomping, soccer kicks, headbutts was no allowed, and no in the groins, but everything else was.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Do they still have that? No. Right?
No, Art of War is not anymore.
It's like taking the art out of it and just call it war,
Street fight.
Yeah. Is it, Joel, is it okay? Yeah? All right. You can use my phone if not. Okay. So you said you've had over 100 fights.
Yep.
Any titles, any belts?
No, not really big. I mean, I won in Samui, the stadium belt. I fought for world champion title where I lost, but I don't have big titles now.
Okay. That wasn't your goal anyway.
I mean, everybody gets a goal to win titles at one point of his career, but it was not my main goal, no.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you were at Legacy Gym, then you went to Contender, and then after that, where did you go?
I went back to Legacy for a while, but there I could not get fights. What I wanted to. I could fight in Nissan, 2,000-3,000 baht.
That's the thing, yeah.
That's not what I wanted. And Stefan made me the offer, hey, come to WMC in Samui. Jabbar is here already, you know him from the show, and stay with us. And I took the chance.
That's true, yeah, they have a gym now. Do they still have it?
Yes.
Is it good?
Full.
Yeah, really? Damn.
Yeah.
That's
They're
cool.
doing really good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Even now, like a lot of the Muay Thai gyms, we were just talking earlier, the Muay Thai gyms in Thailand are like not doing so well because the economy around the world is also not doing well.
But they're doing pretty good.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you went to that gym, WMC Samui.
Yeah.
And then after that, Elite Boxing straight after that?
Yeah, I mean, I lived in Samui for 7 years.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did live there for a long time and fight out of the gym for a long time.
Wow. And you could get good fights there?
In Samui, I mean, on the beginning, no, because they didn't know who I am, right? So I fought the tuk-tuk drivers around Samui, how everybody does first, But then when they see, he come here to fight, they bring sometimes people from Bangkok to fight me, and sometimes some really tough fights where everybody gamble against me, and I pull the high kick, and I.
Like how long ago? Like around what year was that?
That was 2009. 8, 9, 10, 11, around.
Yeah, because I just had John Nutt on the show, and he said that he was also around Koh Phangan.
Yeah. I know him from there.
Oh, okay.
I know him from the island.
So I think around that time, the Muay Thai scene and fight scene was pretty big.
Yeah,
huge. Right, that makes a lot of sense.
We had Arslan, Mohamed, Mogomedov. We had all the superstars. Artem Levin training in Thailand, living in Thailand. That was the best era ever.
Wow. It's changed a lot now.
It changed, yeah, I think, to the positive, because now we have more people joining Muay Thai.
That's
People
true,
that before didn't think about it.
Before it was very closed market. No, that makes sense. Yeah. So crazy stories in Samui.
Plenty.
I'm sure there's plenty. How about within your gym, you're within your peer circle?
In the gym, crazy stories.
The ones that you're able to share.
There is plenty, but no, of course, what was always fun when we had the Russian national team over, and our team, they get always in sparring, it's like, hey, light sparring, and then it's like 99.9% killing each other in the ring.
And all the trainers are like, ba-ba.
Yeah, ba-ba, cha-cha, slowly. And then you need to separate them. They want to kill each other for the next 2 hours. And that's for sure always crazy.
I can imagine.
Especially in Samui, we had a fight team, right? We had a fight team from maybe 10 people with the Thais together. And we had a lot of tourists. And tourists, they're crazy, They come, they train, then they drink,
of course.
Then they go on a rampage, and then they do all kind of crazy stuff, like climbing on the trees in the gym and falling down, or running naked with only the belt around the waist, outside the gym in the middle of the night, and it happened.
I'm sure it does, yeah. Drunk tourists like to go wild.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so funny.
Yeah.
And any fights outside of the gym, like on the street fights happen?
It happened.
Yeah?
It happened.
I'm sure people want to test you because they know that you're from a Muay Thai gym, so people want to try.
They want to test you, and especially tourists, they don't have... they get drunk. They don't have respect.
Yes.
They come here, they think they are the heroes sometimes.
Yeah.
And even if you try to avoid a fight, you get dragged into a fight sometimes.
I'm sure, yeah.
And that is the time when you have to protect yourself.
In Phuket, when you go to the clubs, they don't let you wear the shirt from the Muay Thai gym.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You have a Muay Thai shirt. Already the start, okay, just look at me strange.
Humans are horrible. You're just wearing a shirt and they want to start a fight with you. Yeah.
In Europe, it's like that. You're wearing a Muay Thai shirt, a fight shirt, you think you're something special, you brave. And
really? Yeah. Damn. I mean, I know it happens with soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so after Samui, you were there for 7 years.
I was there 7 years, yeah.
Then you went to elite boxing?
Then I went to Bangkok. I wanted to open my own gym. But something came between with my investors and the guy who sold the gym at that time. And then I fought for elite boxing before already. I fought Antoine Pinto in Dubai.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for elite boxing. And then I talked to Tolly. He was the owner at that time of elite boxing, if I could come join them. And he's like, bro, you're welcome anytime. You know that.
That's awesome. Yeah, Tolly's a cool guy.
Very cool.
But yeah, so the elite boxing fights, they used to have a lot back in the day.
Yeah.
And now, what's happened?
Now, Tolly is a little bit into Bitcoin and a little bit into that, and try to bring Bitcoin into martial arts.
I heard this from another party as well. They're trying to do like a Muay Thai coin.
Exactly. I think they're working something on the martial art coin somewhere. So he's very busy with his stuff. And, when you're busy with something, you lose time for the other thing.
Yeah, that's true.
And but there will be events again in the near future in 2020.
And they have events only in Asia or in other places?
No, we had around the world, in Europe, in America, in Brazil.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. So you can follow that on Elite Boxing TV.
Elite Boxing TV.
And were you involved in the promotions?
I was helping them out. I mean, Tolly is the head of everything with his business partner. I was just always involved in it and always help them out.
That's a good thing. You can always learn as you do.
I was a commentator one night. I was helping the fighters that one night. So I was a little bit all-rounder.
Right.
What I actually like to do, because I like to learn about doing events already early days, and this is why I did also my DJ fight night here in Bangkok.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Elite Boxing, you're helping with the you were a fighter for them.
Yeah.
And then you helped with the promotions
Yeah.
a little bit. And then like you did coaching. Are you still do now?
I still coaching.
You still
in the
coach?
league, yes.
Oh, MMA.
No, I do the Muay Thai and MMA. Just the stand up.
Yeah.
Striking.
Right.
Of course, we have the Thais. They're doing the classes. They're doing their thing, and I support them. If there are too many people in the gym,
Yeah.
I hold pads for them. I'm just an all-rounder in the gym.
And you said you got into MMA before. Where were you training?
We have an MMA area in the gym.
Oh, you were training. So when you fought MMA, you were trained at elite boxing.
No, when I fought the MMA, I was still in Samui back in the days. One.
And you were training MMA?
Yeah, with Jabba wrestling.
Just you guys wrestling.
Yeah. He comes from the wrestling background, you know.
Oh,
he's from Dagestan,
Right.
like Khabib.
Right. Okay.
There, where you start with wrestling. Everybody wrestles there, and I remember I got in a big fight with Jabbar before I fought Adrian Pang in Australia, and Adrian Pang is now a ONE FC fighter.
Yeah.
And I fought Adrian as my second MMA fight. So
Damn.
I jump into the cage of lions.
With everything you do, it seems.
Yeah.
Like,
So yeah, I trained with Jabbar wrestling, and he slammed me at one day, and we get in a heated argument, and we really had a street fight. He punched me, I punched him, and we start to get till the trainers came, and we was like we wanted to kill each other for that second, but then after a few days he texted me and he said he want to talk to me, and we are brothers, you know, like it happened. We talked. He apologized and move on.
that's a good way of fighting and making up. You know, like just go at it, punch each other in the face a few times, and then you can be friends after.
Listen, as hard as sounds and as brutal as sounds, but sometimes we need that.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't agree and you're really in that argument, okay, punch each other in the face. Don't stamp. Don't, you know, there is rules. And hug each other after that and be friends, you know.
I think it's true because when you're in a fight, you're putting so much energy and so much into it that when you finish, you're like, oh shit, that was exhausting.
Yeah.
Right? And then you kind of respect the person for doing that as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I see so.
That's so funny. So you lived in Singapore a bit, did you?
Only for the show.
Oh, only for the show.
Yeah. Only for the show.
And because I know that you have a daughter.
Yeah.
She's half
She's
Singaporean.
Singaporean.
She's half Singaporean.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that also changed your life as well.
Yes.
Having a daughter.
Yes. I mean, that's the beautiful thing in the world.
I know that a lot of people in Muay Thai, like guys in Muay Thai, have daughters. I don't know why. It's true. Stefan has a daughter. My dad, you know, like a lot of Champurk, a lot of the fighters.
I want to say like that. In my country, they say playboys get daughters. You know?
Yeah, no.
So
definitely.
my brother has 2.
Oh, wow.
I have 1, you know, like we're producing only girls. You
like
know?
a lot of my Muay Thai fighters, like who have kids, they all have daughters.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
But maybe I think it's a good thing because I think we will punish our sons. Go in the gym, go fight, do this, and they maybe don't want, you know. And
Yeah.
So I'm very happy with my daughter.
Yeah, she's beautiful. She's just
Thank you.
modeling, right?
Yeah.
I think that maybe having a daughter also makes you a bit more softer as well, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
It's not always good to like be the tough guy all the time.
Yeah, this why I posted not long ago on my Facebook a meme where a tattooed guy takes a fake handy from a kid and it says like, you can be the biggest gangster in the world, but when a kid hands you a toy phone, you answer it. You know, and that's it.
That's so cute.
You know? It is like that.
All right. So as you said before, you did the Rumble in the club. And at the same time, you were doing DJing as well? Or, so what came first?
DJing.
Oh, DJing.
Yeah.
So
I injured my knee, so I stopped fighting. And I focused on training. But only training was boring for me.
Yeah,
right?
sure.
Every day only training. So my hobby was before DJing already as a kid, as a young child, at home, scratching on vinyl and all that stuff.
Wow.
And I got it back here in Asia, but I changed my music style from hip-hop to house, right? So I enjoyed house. I learned playing house music. I enjoyed really the time as a DJ. But that's another crazy world, you know, like, and I was not sure if I can handle another crazy time
It is a crazy one.
You know, because, okay, from being a Muay Thai fighter, being healthy, this, that, from being a drug addicted.
Yeah.
You know, like drinking alcohol, taking drugs, you know, and it's like one extreme to the other.
Yeah, but then you did it anyway.
For a while.
Into DJing
for
again.
a while. Yeah.
So you were doing house DJing, house music. What bars or clubs?
I did Soy 11 Q Bar.
Oh,
when
wow.
Q Bar wasn't still here. I did Wax above Sugar when it was still open. I did few big events in live RCA.
Wow.
I did pool parties mainly back Sunday soundset session. That was my main. I did DJ in Oscar a few times.
Are all these places here anymore?
Yeah, they're still going.
Okay. I know them from back in the day, so I recognize those ones. If you tell me the ones now, I'm like,
they're still going.
Okay.
They're still going.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So Rumble in the Club.
Mm-hmm.
How did this even begin? What sparked your mind to let's just have the DJs to fight each other?
Yeah. I was one night in live RCA with the owner Patrice and one party organizer from Germany, and we had talk how we could make this place more busy because it had a lack of people, right? And they threw me all kind of ideas. Zidov, we can do this, we can do that. You can do a fight night inside here. And somehow one said, hey, we should let all the DJ fight each other. And we look at him like, you are the smartest genius on earth. We should do that. But then at the first, they all stopped because they think nobody's going to do it, right? But back in my mind, I had this still going on, and I already bite on that idea.
Right.
So I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So I talked with a few DJs and asked them, will they be interested? I sponsor them training. I teach them and then fight after 5 weeks training. And Alex Fisher straight away jump on, Matteo Ina jump on, Dan Buri, all the house DJs, they jump on, you know, like sweet. So I went to the hip hop DJs and they're like, nah, we don't want that. What? You playing gangster music, talking about headbutting each other, but you don't want to fucking get the balls in the ring? Nah. So I had only house DJs fighting.
Yeah, it was only house DJs.
Only house DJs.
Yeah, no, I remember. Yeah, Danbury. Yeah.
Danbury was fun.
That's so fun.
Tech Harrington. Yeah, he was so fun.
They got so into it as well.
They trained.
Yeah.
And they got into it. And it was the best. I think it was one of the best events in Bangkok, like fun events.
Yeah.
I mean, I had Stefan Fox there. You know, I had managers there, presidents from different federations because they was here at that time as well.
Okay.
So they was all guests.
Wow.
Right? And they loved. I had on my live stream on Facebook, I think over 2,000 people watching it live.
Wow.
What is really good. And I made Rumble in the Club 1 and 2. And then I wanted to do the third, but the DJs, they don't want it anymore. They're like, oh no, we don't want it anymore.
It hurts.
It hurts. Yeah, and we don't get paid for that, so no.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I mean, you know, they ask me, hey, we want to get paid. And I say, okay, look, my first fight in Lumpini as a professional, I get 7,000 baht.
Yeah.
So I give you 1,000 baht. Because you fight with shin guards, hand protection. So you fight amateur. I give you 1,000 baht, you know, for your fight. And they're like, nah. We don't want that. We go play DJ. So now, but I think I'm going to do in 2020.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole new set of DJs coming, right? So yeah, you can just, convince all the new kids.
Yeah.
Hey, this is a requirement of just to show how tough you are and how good
you want to be a DJ in Bangkok, you have to join this show. At least once.
So what club will you do it at?
Live RCA.
Oh, I love RCA. Yeah, I remember it being at RCA.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So it was 2 seasons. So were there any difficulties whilst you did that promotion?
When we did the promotion, not at all.
Oh, yeah.
I even have, I had the permission from WMC and IFMA. They supported me in this because I bring completely new people into the scene. And they supported me, and I had even the logo of the WMC on it and everything. And I'm like, awesome.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
And none of the DJs pulled out?
None of the DJs pulled
that's
out.
Good on them.
I had two DJs, Tech Harrington and Rory.
Yeah.
They hated each other before already. So they got into this shit talk on internet, and Tech started to really get deep, like, yeah, you're going to beat me, I'm going to call the immigration on you, you this, that, and Rory wanted to pull out.
Wow.
And he pulled out, and I could not find a replacement. So I talked to Rory, and I said, hey, brother, listen, I know I don't agree with what happened, but please, if you will overthink your choice, if you will rethink, you will really help me. And he started up, he said, you know what, Zidov, you are a cool guy. You did everything right, actually. I don't want to let you down. I'm going to fight.
Wow.
And they fought, and Rory win. And after the fight, they hug each other, and now they are friends.
Oh.
You know?
It's a love story.
So now they are, really, it's a love story. So now they are playing on the same events, DJing sometimes at the same parties. So, and for me, it was just like, you see, Muay Thai, that's what happened. You bash each other, and then you're friends.
No, yeah, it's true. Like how you say in the Contender or wherever you go, like when you do Muay Thai or you fight, and it's so exhausting, you're both training so hard for that, whatever you do, then you instantly respect each other afterwards.
Yeah.
So if anyone has beef with anyone, you want to make friends.
Go in a gym, tell the trainer there, big gloves, mouth guard in the mouth, and punch each other for 10 minutes in the face. Don't go too hard, and hug each other after.
So what do you think about the fight scene now in Thailand compared to the rest of the world?
I love it.
Really? Yes. Don't you feel like around the world, it's really being boosted up? Like it's being more promoted, it's more recognition.
It's boosted up, of course, but don't forget we live in Thailand. Yeah. Muay Thai is here already for 2,000 years. For us, it's nothing new.
Right.
We don't see the growth of Muay Thai that much like other people see it in other countries.
Yeah, that's true.
So this why we see in other countries it's grow much more. But I mean, look how many events we have. Max Muay Thai, we have MX Muay Thai, we have Muay Extreme, we have this, we have every single week great shows.
Yeah, we do. Like every weekend is like so many promotions now. Yeah, I think it comes in waves. So. Like you see a lot of promotions coming and going.
Yeah.
But I think the ones right now, they're pretty solid. Yeah.
I like them.
The one at Channel 8, I think the owner of Channel 8 actually promotes the fight himself. So he has the sponsors.
Yeah.
He has everything set up.
Yeah.
And it's good, such a good location near Khao San.
Oh.
So like
beautiful,
it's packed out with farangs every night.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. All right. So let's go back into talking a bit more about the gang life. We recently exchanged comments about cannabis.
Yeah.
And the hype about CBD, which is the medicinal component of cannabis, right?
Yes.
Which is what people are getting excited about, like how the CBD component can like help people with Parkinson's and many different things, which is very true.
It is.
It is true.
It is.
But then there's also a bad side, a dark side to it as well, right?
Look, there is always a bad side to everything. Without yin, there is no yang. Okay? And I smoke weed since I'm 16. Daily.
And it's fine for you.
And it's fine for me. I train. I don't smoke on the day of the fight, or maybe...
That's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, 2-3 days before the fight or before the competition, I didn't smoke. But after the fight, I smoke because it healed my body, I think, double speed. Triple speed, and I could go training very fast. Okay, I had not only the CBD, I had the THC as well.
Right.
That's the component that makes you high, right? The CBD doesn't make you high at all. That's just for really good for your body, anti-inflammatory, depression, anxiety, Parkinson, recovery, muscle recovery. Amazing product. And I'm actually very happy that this comes back, because this was hundreds of years ago in every pharmacy. Right? You could buy THC oil, weed oil, hemp oil in every single pharmacy.
in Switzerland?
Around the world.
Really? I mean, I do know like maybe like the tribes back in the day would use a lot of these like herbal plants and stuff, and they'd use it as medicine, and that's for sure.
Yeah, back in the days, this was medicine.
Yeah, but then we also spoke about like how some people who have like an underlying gene that could trigger psychosis if they use cannabis.
But then again, cannabis has different strains. One strain has more THC, one strain has less THC, one strain has only CBD, is only made for CBD. So THC, if it's too high and too strong, in some people can get psychosis. I know that I had some family members who smoked and got really in a deep hole because of weed.
Right.
And stopped, and is now good.
Oh, wow.
You know?
Wow, so he recovered.
Taking CBD sometimes.
Right.
You know? And have to take now other medication because he cannot take THC because that makes him crazy. Right?
Yeah.
So this is a very, very, how to say, difficult topic.
Yes.
People need to see how their body react to it, you know. If they like me, my first joint, I loved it. I was like, oh man, that's the best feeling. My friend, he puked and he never touched it again since then.
Yeah.
Right. So different people, different bodies.
Exactly. It doesn't work the same for everyone.
No.
Which is what I'm trying to get at, because now in Thailand is becoming a bit of a hype. Like they're doing like a marijuana festival or something like this, but it's still classed as a Class A drug here. But there is certain laws where you can use the CBD as medicine, and that's legal.
You can have the medical card.
Yeah, and then that's legal.
Yep.
But then the whole thing recreationally is still classed as a Class A drug.
No, they changed it.
Oh, they changed it already?
I think they changed it to Class B right now.
Okay, well, what I'm just saying is that you need to be educated a bit more about what you're using.
This for sure.
And also the source of where you're getting it from as well.
This is very important. I mean, we just hear recently like the vape pen in America, people die because they smoked fake oil. You need to know where you get your stuff from. It needs to be a legit company that has certificate for all of that stuff, and then it's okay, you know. But how I say, the CBD doesn't make you high at all. Doesn't have this effect at anyone I know. And even my friend has a shop in Switzerland, CBD, and he tells me his customers are 50 up.
Yeah, because it helps with their pains,
inflammation, ligaments, everything. They just feel much relaxed.
Yeah, so like that's what I'm saying. So he's probably got a good pure source, but there is like dangers around. Like I heard recently there's like a lab in China that they create fake cannabinoids.
Yeah.
And that's dangerous, as well as like sometimes the growers, if they're like underground growers, they'll spray the plants with whatever pesticides and all these different chemicals which can interact.
Yeah.
So a lot of these things can be dangerous. But I think the places in Thailand where they're legal is like some certain hospitals are doing like things with it.
Yep.
Some universities are doing things with it. So you really have to know where you're getting the stuff from and how it reacts with your own body.
Yeah, and especially you have to see the Thai product is not that at that point yet.
Right.
I had a meeting with few people and I had the Thai product, the first batch in my hand, and it was fun. It was fun because I talked with them and I asked them a few questions and they could not answer me these questions.
I'm sure.
And I was like, okay, you need to learn a lot. You know, like
it's true.
You're still on the beginning of the phase. Please don't rush. You know, like this needs to be really strictly, like professionally done. I know it's big money behind. Don't get in the hype of the money. Get it real done. And then Thailand could even later on make it like Kali, make it legal, 21 years old. And what do you think what's going to happen if in Thailand weed will be legal from 21-year-old? You will have a complete new tourism.
That's very true.
Very. You
That
will
is
have
very true.
millions of people coming to Thailand just because you can smoke weed now in Thailand.
But as you said before, like, be careful of the people just jumping onto it.
Of course.
Just because someone is like a scientist or, like a doctoral level in chemicals and stuff like that, doesn't mean that they're an expert in marijuana.
No.
So, yeah, like they need to be aware of who they're working with.
Yes.
They need experts in that area.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So you're also ambassador of Sport Is Your Gang.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm ambassador of Sport Is Your Gang. I'm doing a lot of charity events with IFMA, where we build gyms under bridges or playgrounds and try to get kids there together, offer them meals there if they don't have food and stuff.
Nice.
So I want to say like that. I want to give sometimes back, to the community, because I know how hard it can be.
Right. I mean, you were like that when you were young. So, of course, you've been there, you've seen it, and you know how you can get out of it
Yes.
as well.
And don't forget, I choose to be there. They don't.
Right.
They are there because they don't have other choice. I choose to be in the gangs with my friends. My dad, my mom, they had work. They was hard-working people in Switzerland. They take care of me and my brother really good. So it was nothing about them. It was just me who was the black sheep in the family and who didn't want it, So this is why I try to give these kids something back because they don't have.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I think that's more important than any title.
Yeah, no, definitely. Definitely. Because you're impacting so many other people.
Yeah.
You're changing lives. Oh, awesome. And right here is your book.
Yeah, this book is a little bit older already. It's the German version.
But it's recently published now.
In English.
Oh.
In German, it's already 3 years out.
Right.
So we had, I think, 3 or 5,000 copies, and they all sold out in German.
Wow.
And of course, because of the content and everything, I have an English audience as well. So I wanted to translate it in English. But this is a lot of work and expensive and needs a lot of time. And yeah, it's finally out in English. People can order on Amazon, ebook, hard copy. And yeah, here you can read all this little bit detailed about my drug criminal career, about my child gangsterhood in the school and all this stuff, how I get kicked out, how I steal cars and had collision with police because they blocked the street and everything,
Damn.
Yeah, there is some wild stuff in it. So please be 18.
How long did it take you to write that?
I didn't write it alone.
You had, someone you
had friends, and it took us, I think, 6 months to make the German version. And it took us almost a year to make the English. Because in the English, we have 3 more chapters.
Oh, wow.
About Bangkok now, too.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Bangkok has him now.
Yeah.
So, was it your idea to write the book, or did someone approach you?
It was my idea. But someone approached me and give me the push.
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I can imagine, like, having a more of an active sort of lifestyle, to sit down and write a book is probably going to be quite difficult. Because I think about doing it as well, and I'm like, God, I don't know if I have the patience to like.
The worst part is you have to read it again. And you have to read it because if there is mistakes, it's going to be bad later. So I had to read it, And I never read a book in my life.
Yeah.
My own book is the first book I read in my life. I always said, why should I read? I can watch it at some point on a TV, So no.
Oh my God, that's so funny. It's so true though. Yeah. And like, so even the English one with more chapters.
Yeah.
So you had to read that as well.
Of course.
So you're on your way to reading books. Will there be a second edition? You never know.
We having actually talked to doing a movie.
Oh, awesome.
But it's somehow in Switzerland, that's the people, they don't want that really promote.
If it's like a documentary style.
I talked with my manager, and I think there could be a chance in future also to talk to Netflix to make a series.
Oh, series.
But not like about my book, just take ideas,
Yeah.
to make something.
No, yeah, definitely.
But yeah.
That'd be interesting. So where can you find it?
Amazon.
Amazon.
Yes. You can find it on Amazon. Bad Boy. That's now the German. It's on English there. Buy it. It's cheap. Only $4 something, $3.
Oh, wow, yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I want to keep it cheap.
Is there anything else you want to add? Am I missing anything? Any important or stories that stand out that you want to mention?
Yeah, go support your local Muay Thai gym.
I agree.
Show some love.
I agree with that. Yeah, and how can people follow you?
How many?
How can people follow you?
How can people follow me? Yeah, on Instagram, of course, Zidov Azuma official.
Zidov Azuma.
Yeah, official. And on Facebook, Zidov Azuma. Found one of the fan pages, or found my private page, if I can add you. It's full already.
Last question. Akuma. What is Akuma?
Japanese.
Yeah.
And it means devil.
Devil.
Yeah. Devil, demon.
Yeah.
Right? And
Akuma Matata, no?
No. Akuma Street Fighter.
Right.
From the game. The Thai boxer was named Akuma. So I got this. I stole this.
Hey, why not? It sounds good though.
I'm the only one.
Akuma.
Right?
Sounds good.
I think it sounds okay. So I'm happy with it.
All right. Well, thank you, Zidov, for coming on the show
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. Please hit the like, subscribe button, and follow the Jade Marrisa podcast. Ka.